Whoa, okay, hold on. Did you hear that? That shot, that's got to be going for 6. I mean, come on, this kid. Vipraj Nigam is already making waves in the IPL, you know? You guys sent in a ton of requests to cover his debut, and I got to say, I get it. I mean, what an entrance.
Right. It's been hard to miss all the hype around this kid.
Forget just reading match reports. We're going to dive deep into the story of Vipraj Nigam, the debutant, who's already setting IPL 2025 on fire.
Absolutely. And you wanted to understand exactly what all the buzz is about, right? What makes this debut so special? We're going to unpack everything, his background, his stats, and yeah, that explosive first match for the Delhi Capitals. It's Vipraj Nigam, the leg spin bowling all-rounder, picked up at the auction for just 50 lakh rupees.
And let me tell you, he already looks like a steal at that price.
Well, we'll see about that. But for sure, we're looking at a story that goes way beyond just a couple of good hits.
All right, so let's rewind to March 24th, 2025, Delhi Capitals taking on the Lucknow Supergiants.
A match they won by just 1 wicket, right? Nail-biter.
Total thriller. But Nigam's performance, let's just say he kind of stole the show. I mean, for a player picked up for 50 lakh, he's already showing why the Capitals took a chance on him. Talk about delivering on that investment right out of the gate.
Absolutely. I mean, to see a relatively unknown player like him step into the IPL, with all that pressure and perform like he did, it really says something about his temperament.
Yeah, you just don't see that level of confidence from a debutant very often. And what's even more impressive is that he can contribute with both bat and ball, which is like, pure gold in T20 cricket.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely a valuable asset to have.
So going into this match, everyone expected him to be a, primarily leg spinner who could maybe chip in with a few runs down the order.
Right.
He bowled 2 overs and picked up one really crucial wicket, that of Aiden Markram, the South African international.
And not just any wicket. He got him with a beautiful googly, too.
I mean, textbook stuff, right? But then Nicholas Pooran came in to bat and, decided to target Nigam and even hit a 6 right after a dropped catch. Oh, man, cricket can be such a cruel game sometimes.
It really can turn on a dime.
It does. But you know what I think is most impressive about Nigam? How he responded to that setback.
Okay.
He didn't let it get to him. He came out with the bat and completely flipped the script. 39 runs off just 15 deliveries, 5 boundaries, 2 huge sixes, a strike rate of 260.00.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, not just good. That's one of the highest strike rates ever for an IPL debutant who's scored that many runs.
Think about that.
It's a statement.
And one of those sixes, I don't know if you saw it, but it was this stunning one-handed shot.
Oh, I saw. I mean, it went viral, right? Everyone was sharing it.
It was everywhere. The commentators were going wild. He even won the Curvy Super Striker of the Match award.
And, that 55-run partnership he had with Ashutosh Sharma for the 7th wicket, that was the turning point of the match. It brought the momentum back to Delhi. And, you look at his bowling figures, they weren't the most economical, but his batting performance more than made up for it.
For sure. And this wasn't just some, fluke either. It shows his adaptability and his ability to rise to the occasion when his team needs him the most.
Exactly. It's about performing under pressure, and he's clearly got that. And here's another interesting stat. He actually scored the 2nd most runs in the first 10 balls of an IPL debut innings ever.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, that's impressive.
So this kid can clearly bat.
So where did this talent come from? Let's talk about Vipraj Nigam's background.
All right. Well, he was born in Delhi in July 2004. And he currently represents Uttar Pradesh in domestic cricket.
Interesting.
And what's really fascinating is that cricket wasn't a big part of his family. His dad's a primary school teacher.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he was, born into this world of cricket.
Right, right.
But his father, even though initially he was a little hesitant about cricket as a career choice, he saw his son's passion and really became his biggest supporter, which is, so important.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that kind of support from family can make all the difference in the world, especially when you're chasing a dream like this.
For sure. And, his coach, Sarwar Nawab, has also played a huge role in his development. Recognizing Nigam's potential early on, he actually arranged for him to train in Lucknow, which had better facilities and more exposure.
Wow, that's dedication.
And here's another interesting twist to his story. He actually started out primarily as a batter. He even opened the innings at the under-19 level. It was actually a selector who spotted his talent for leg spin bowling and encouraged him to develop that skill. So now we have this, batting all-rounder who's become known for his bowling.
So he's a converted bowler.
Yeah, you could say that.
That's pretty cool.
And, his coach actually thinks that Nigam's batting potential might be a bit overshadowed now because of his bowling achievements.
Oh, wow. So there's even more to unlock there potentially. If you look at his domestic career, you see this really clear upward trajectory.
Absolutely. I mean, representing Uttar Pradesh in various tournaments, playing for the UP Timber Cricket Club,
Right.
making his first-class debut in October 2024, and taking 4 wickets against Bengal.
Impressive.
Listen, a debut, T20 debut, they all followed soon after. This isn't a guy who just came out of nowhere.
And then there's that incredible performance in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy quarterfinal. They needed 48 runs off 24 balls, and he smashes 27 off just 8 deliveries, including 3 sixes and 1 over.
Oh, yeah. And let's not forget, he also took 2 for 20 with the ball in that same match.
This guy is a game changer.
He really is. And I think his performance in the UPT20 League, where he took 20 wickets in 11 matches for the Lucknow Falcons, probably played a huge role in him getting that IPL contract.
Right, because scouts are definitely watching those domestic leagues.
Oh, absolutely. And even in red ball cricket, he's got 13 wickets in just 3 Ranji Trophy matches. This is a guy who's been performing consistently across all formats.
What really stands out to me is that he comes from a smaller town, Barabanki, which probably didn't have the same level of cricket infrastructure as a big city.
Right.
So for him to overcome those limitations and make it all the way to the IPL, it's just really inspiring.
It is. It really highlights the importance of family support and good coaching. And you know what's interesting? I was just thinking about this.
Yeah.
The fact that he started playing cricket seriously around the age of 7.
Okay.
And now here he is, just a few years later, already making a name for himself in the IPL. That's some serious dedication right there.
Yeah, talk about focusing on a goal and achieving it. I mean, the numbers really do back up all the hype. We've talked about his crazy IPL debut strike rate, but his domestic numbers are equally impressive. Second highest wicket taker in the 2024 UP T20 League, 13 wickets in just 3 first-class matches that same year.
Right. And it just shows that he's not a one-trick pony.
Exactly. He can perform at a high level consistently and across different formats of the game.
Which begs the question, was his IPL debut a fluke?
Right. Was it just a lucky day?
I mean, the data says no. His domestic records really point to a well-rounded skill set and the ability to perform under pressure, so it seems like this is just the beginning for him.
And here's another interesting tidbit.
Oh, yeah?
He actually had a crucial partnership with Rinku Singh in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy.
Yeah.
Rinku Singh, already an IPL star known for his finishing abilities.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So for Nigam to contribute in a high-pressure situation alongside a player like that, it speaks volumes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That was the pre-quarterfinal match against Andhra Pradesh.
Yeah.
And, they were chasing a target. And he and Rinku really formed this vital partnership.
Yeah.
It's not just about scoring runs. It's about doing it when it matters the most. And with someone who's already proven they can do it at the highest level.
And let's be honest here, beyond the raw stats, there are these moments from Nigam's career that really capture the imagination, like that quarterfinal innings in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy. They needed almost 50 runs in the last 4 overs, and he just explodes for 27 off of just 8 balls. Clutch performance.
I mean, that's ice water in his veins right there.
Yeah.
And, of course, who could forget that viral one-handed 6 in his IPL debut?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of shot that transcends the sport itself.
It was everywhere.
It was everywhere. People were talking about it, sharing. It showed this incredible flair and confidence on the biggest stage.
And you can't overlook the fact that he took the wicket of Aiden Markram in his very first over in the IPL. A debutant taking down an experienced international player like that. It's a statement.
It really is. And it's not just about getting any wicket. It's about dismissing a player of Markram's caliber and doing it with a well-executed plan.
Right. It was that perfectly flighted googly.
Exactly. It highlights his cricketing intelligence. It's not just raw talent. He's thinking about the game at a high level.
Now let's talk about the media reaction to his debut, because it was huge. There was a lot of talk about, whether he was getting the same level of recognition as his teammate, Ashutosh Sharma, who also had a great game.
Yeah, and it's interesting how these narratives develop so quickly, right? It's funny.
That's that.
In the post-match presentation, Rishabh Pant actually forgot Vipraj's name for a second and referred to him as the one other guy.
He did.
He did. It was this unintentional slip-up, but actually ended up adding to the buzz around Nigam. It became this kind of endearing moment.
Yeah, it's like people were rooting for the underdog even more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And social media absolutely exploded for him, especially after that 6. I mean, TikTok was full of videos calling him a future star.
Oh, I'm sure.
And even his teammate, Kuldeep Yadav, came out and publicly praised his batting and bowling. highlighting his fearless approach.
That's gotta feel good coming from a senior player like Kuldeep.
It means a lot. It's like a stamp of approval. And for someone like Kuldeep, who's seen so many young players come and go, to specifically mention Nigam's fearlessness and talent, it says a lot about the impression he's already making.
Okay, so it wasn't all smooth sailing for him, though, right? I mean, he did face some setbacks along the way.
He did. He actually faced some setbacks during the under-19 trials and even considered trying out for a different state team at one point.
Yeah.
But luckily, his coach convinced him to stick with it and, persevere.
That's so important to have that kind of guidance, right?
It is. And he was also overlooked for the Uttar Pradesh one-day team at some point. And his coach used that as a teaching moment, emphasizing the importance of dealing with rejection and just continuing to work hard even when things don't go your way.
Right, the setbacks, they can really shape you.
They can.
And I imagine coming from a smaller town like Barabanki probably presented its own set of challenges, especially in terms of, access to good facilities early on in his career.
It must have.
Yeah.
And, the fact that his father actually moved to Lucknow with him to provide better opportunities for him to train, it shows just how committed his family was to his dream.
Yeah.
And now he's in the IPL facing the pressure of competing against the best players in the world.
I mean, that's a whole other level.
It is. It really highlights the fact that making it to the top, it's not just about talent. It's also about resilience and having that strong support system.
Now, for those of you watching on YouTube, imagine that one-handed six in slow motion. I mean, come on, that's just ridiculous.
This is amazing.
And Rishabh Pant's other guy comment, instant meme material,
yes,
right?
Yes, for sure. And then you have his dad's story, his coach's belief, all these little things that make you connect with him as a person beyond just his cricket skills.
Exactly.
And it's those human elements that often make a player more relatable to the fans. The spectacular plays are great, but it's the personal stories that create a deeper connection.
So what's next for Vipraj Nigam? This IPL season is a huge opportunity for him to build on this incredible debut.
Right.
What should we be watching for?
Well, one thing to consider is the team dynamics, right? If experienced players like KL Rahul return to the Delhi Capitals lineup, it could affect Nigam's role and opportunities.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think the biggest thing for him is going to be consistency. Can he back up this performance and deliver game after game?
That's the question.
Because all eyes are going to be on him now.
Yeah.
Opposing teams are going to be studying his game, trying to figure him out. Can he continue to surprise them? Can he handle that pressure? That's going to be the real test.
He's definitely got the talent and that fearless attitude. We've seen that. But now it's about adapting and continuing to grow as the season goes on.
Absolutely.
Well, there you have it. From a small town to a viral six and a match-winning IPL debut, the story of Vipraj Nigam is just getting started. You wanted to understand the hype, and hopefully now you do. It's more than just cricket. It's a story about passion, perseverance, and those moments that make you go, wow.
And it really makes you think about the future of talent in the IPL.
Yeah.
How single performance can change everything.
Absolutely. It's a story that's still being written.
That's for sure. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
We'll see you next time.
See you later.